Email marketing has been one of the top strategies for a lot of years now and will continue to dominate the space for a lot of years to come. Here's the reason why. About 4.3 billion users are on email every single day, versus the next biggest competitor is Facebook. From a social media standpoint, 2.8 billion users, and only about 1.8 billion of them are actively using. 87% of the marketers use email marketing campaigns in their B2B marketing strategies, but only about 40-50% of them are even happy remotely about their email campaigns. I asked a number of different agents if they are leveraging email marketing in their marketing strategies. And then I probably got only about 10, 15, 20% of them to say that they are actively leveraging email marketing. And the rest of them, when they gave me responses, they all said they have email marketing. But here's what I heard them say. They said they send out market updates once a month, which is automatically generated. They send out MLS auto searches. That's not email marketing, it's an MLS auto search. And the best case scenario is they buy an email newsletter service provider, and then it's a generic template, it's generic content that goes out. There is nothing personal in it, and then 50,000 other agents have also bought that service, and the same thing goes out to. Think about this, like if one of your potential customer in your database receives the same email on the very same day at the very same minute from 3 or 4 different agents, what is that going to talk about your brand? Right? So don't be that person, don't be that agent, don't have that brand. Instead, build something that is personal. So email newsletters are about building relationship with your audience. That's the best way to connect with your database on a regular basis without being spammy. If you put in enough heart into your email newsletters, you're going to be able to build such a strong personal connection with your audience that you will reap the benefits long afterwards. Okay. So we all know the benefits of email marketing. We all know the benefits of newsletters. You constantly stay on top of their mind. You're consistent. If you have to be consistent about it. And then a lot of influential people use email marketing on a regular basis and make it super personal and stay on top of their customers' mind, and they leverage that opportunity to generate a lot of business for themselves. So here's the number one reason why more people don't employ email marketing into their marketing strategy. They don't know what to say. The number one question that I get asked, or a lot of people ask when it comes to email marketing, is I don't know what to put, what content should go inside email marketing newsletter. Like everything in life, you have to be able to organize it. And once you organize this, and it's not super hard, it is super easy. Once you organize this, it is extremely easy to churn out these email newsletters. And I've put together about 120 different ideas or topics or content ideas that you can literally leverage, and you can build out your newsletters so you don't have the excuse of I don't know what to put from a content standpoint. Okay, before I dive deeper into and by the way, the 120 different ideas I've put together in a PDF, and I've linked below in the description that you can download. But more importantly, I wanted to talk about the thought process that I had when I came up with these 120 different ideas. So you're not literally copying these ideas. I mean, if you want, you can do that, but that defeats the purpose. I want to talk about my thought process in coming up with these 120 different ideas so that you can come up with these ideas yourself. Okay, so here we go. So email newsletters, the fundamental thing to remember about email newsletters is you're building a relationship with them, you're adding value to them, and you have to talk to them in the emails. It is not a generic preach. It is not 10 tips to make your spring cleaning better, 10 tips to do this, 10 tips to do that. Nobody wants that. People can go out, this is 2021, people can go out on Google and find the answers themselves. They want to know something personal. Like they want to feel a connection with you as a human being. That is what email newsletters has to be about. Here are some of the things that you can think about. What are some of the things that you have learned in the past 1 week that you can share with your audience? You're a real estate agent, you talk to a lot of people, and you have learned something new, like you looked at a new house, or you looked at a new market condition, you looked at a new staging that you really liked. Document that, capture all of those, and find a way to communicate that as a learning. Let me give an example. Let's say you spend an entire weekend in this market. Let's say you're a buyer agent, you spend an entire weekend in this market showing houses to some of your highly qualified buyers, and you are not able to find any property for them because the houses fly off of the shelf even before they hit the market. And it's that crazy. Talk about that as an experience. And what were you feeling? What were your buyers feeling? How frustrated were they? What are some of the solutions? That could be part of your email. Make it personal. And the other thing that I want to do before I jump into the thought process of the content itself is like briefly talk about what are some of the things that you need to be able to send out email newsletters. One, you need to have a system, like any kind of server, any kind of platform that essentially enables you to send out email newsletters in bulk, like MailChimp. Your CRMs could have this option. You can use MailChimp, you can use Constant Contact, you can use ActiveCampaign. There are a lot of things that you can use, and if you want more information, reach out to me and I can guide you there. But you should have like a service that does that. And second is you should have a list that you can send the emails to. So your database is your list. If you don't have a list of people who have opted in for your newsletters, it's time to create a landing page and collect email newsletters. Mail to your existing database and say, hey, I'm thinking of creating a newsletter and I will be including these topics that will be super helpful. What are some of the things that you would like to learn? What are some of the things that you want to learn about it? And people will communicate, people will tell you what are they interested in, what are they not. And then that is additional opportunity for you to build a list. But anyway, you should have a list of people that you can email to. And third, of course, is the content that we are going to be talking about. So I've written down some of the content pieces on this piece of paper. So I'm going to be reading from the content list. So this is what I do for my email newsletter. I follow the rule of 3. I have 3 different sections, and each of the section is dedicated to its own personal space. So when I think of newsletters, when I think of content, I think about what goes in each of these 3 sections. It helps me keep things organized. It helps me churn out more. So my first section is a YouTube video. I generate a lot of content. I'm on Facebook groups all the time. I read comments, I read Twitter comments, I need Instagram comments, and I really understand what are some of the things that people are struggling with and need answers to. I curate all of those things in an Excel list, and I call that my content machine. And whenever I need a new topic, I go to that content machine idea list, Excel list, and I pick a topic and I create a YouTube video off of that, such as this one. So once I have this YouTube video, I send out this YouTube video once a week in my newsletter. This is a highly valuable video that I put together, and this is going to be turning out to be valuable for people. So that is one section. The second section that I have is how did my company perform over the last week and over the last month. I do a report card section, like how many leads did we generate, how many closings did we have, how many live transfers did we do, what are some of the success stories, and then what did some of my clients learn, what did I learn from them, etc. So it's their journey. It's super personal that way. And the third section is I curate a list of links that I really like, the articles that I read, the gadgets that I am trying out, the books that I'm reading, or anything that I find cool and interesting in the marketing space, in the real estate marketing space. I put together those articles because people love to have their, to have their mind kind of intellectually stimulated. So I provide them that opportunity. I provide them those links, and it's easy for them to access. And I find I don't dump in random links, and these are the links that I personally have enjoyed, and I put them over there. So these are the 3 things that I do, and you can have something very similar. You can have a template of 3 sections, or a pro tip for you there is to sign up for a bunch of newsletters. And I know that you don't like newsletters, but sign up for a bunch of newsletters and understand what is the theme that they have. Like, look at a few newsletters and you kind of get a sense of how people are structuring their HTML email newsletters, and you could be inspired by that and you could leverage that. Okay. So for you, like the 3 sections, the first section, if you have a YouTube video channel, if you're active on Instagram Reels, or if you have TikTok videos, you can leverage that. You can put that in there. But if you don't have any of those videos or YouTube or anything like that, you can come up with pictures, like have about 120 different pictures of your particular city, locations, different spots, different restaurants, clock towers, beaches, mountains, whatever. Have 120 pictures which are copyright free, and leverage that and create a story. Like have a small blurb every week out of that, your experience with that. What do you know about it? What do you like about it? People love to know about their community, and when you put these things out there, people learn more about it, and that is such a great way to build a relationship with people. You have 120 pictures, and people look forward to your email every single week on what is the next spot in the city or in the town that I don't know of that my realtor knows. Okay, so that's going to be your section number 1. The section number 2 could be real estate related. Okay, have market updates, talk about the number of listings, talk about week over week, houses sold, inventory, whatever. Have a real estate section, whatever you feel is important, put it in there. You can refine it. You can even link to your IDX website, to a list of homes, to a list of condos, recently sold, rentals, whatever you want. Put that section in there. And the third section could be something that you could change on a weekly basis. It could be you can feature a restaurant of the month, or you could have a listing of the month. Like go to Eventbrite, go to meetup.com, find out all the events that are happening in your city, and then curate them and feature something that you like over there. And then Google News your particular city and state, and then see if there is anything interesting happening in the community, anything relevant that's happening in the community that people don't know of, and then you can add your own flavor to that over there. This is my favorite. Talk about contractors, talk about plumbers, talk about roofers, HVAC, like bring them on, interview them, and then find out what are some of the tips and tricks that they know that they have used in the community, and use that as an input and use that in the section. And this way you're featuring a new business owner from the community, and then you can cross collaborate from your database to their database. It's a healthy growth of your business. So you can do that. Or you can have quizzes like kitchen A versus kitchen B, backyard A versus backyard B, dream house A versus dream house B. Which one do you like? And then in general, ask questions, have conversations, communicate with them, ask them what are some of the challenges they have. Ask them questions, get them answers, and this is where you connect with them at such a personal level. Okay. And I hope the thought process behind this makes sense, and you should be able to create a bunch of ideas, bunch of content ideas on your own. But I'll give you the list for you to take a look at it and get inspired by that. And hope this is helpful. So not having content should not be an excuse when it comes to email newsletters, sending out email newsletters. And leverage this and grow your business. And if you have any questions, let me know. Please like, share, and subscribe. And then if you have any comments, leave your comments below. Talk to me about what your email newsletter looks like. Talk to me about what do you do differently in your email newsletters. What tips and tricks do you have for me and my audience? And then I would love to hear from you. Hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.